Caitlin Clark is officially out. It's several more weeks, at least several more weeks.
There is really no timetable as to when Caitlin Clark could return.
Somebody's lying, and we got to get down to the bottom of it. Caitlin Clark, you need to come out and say something. What's going on?
They said day to day, but this thing over here is talking about at least a couple more weeks.
Patience, at least several more weeks.
Caitlin Clark has formally left, and she has no intention of returning anytime soon. She's done for the season if it lasts longer than a few weeks. There isn't exactly a set timeline for Caitlin Clark's potential return.
No timetable as to when Caitlin Clark could return.
Caitlin Clark is officially out. It's several more weeks, at least several more weeks.
Someone is lying. You must speak up and say something, Caitlin Clark. They stated today, but it will now be at least a few more weeks. Caitlin Clark will return at the very end of the season, which is a few more weeks away.
They said day to day, but this thing over here is talking about at least a couple more weeks.
Patience, at least several more weeks.
Somebody's lying, and we got to get down to the bottom of it. Caitlin Clark, you need to come out and say something. What's going on?
Officially, Caitlin Clark is no longer there. Furthermore, Stephanie White affirmed that she had no intention of going back. She hasn't been practicing with the squad at all, despite the fact that previous listings referred to her as a game-time decision. The coach clarified that although she has been able to gradually increase her endurance through a little more full-court running, she has not been able to return to team practices.
As you can see, Caitlin Clark still not practicing, and Stephanie White did in fact give a somewhat concerning update when it comes to Caitlin Clark.
Return to practice at all?
No return to practice. She's been able to get a little bit more in her full court running, with her all of her body weight. It's really building up from.
Like, that's a scary thing. She's running with all of her body weight. That's not a great thing for a coach to say.
Doing minimal to then building some endurance to do longer periods of time. She's been able to do a little bit more on the court in terms of how she moves, but not into practice yet, no.
Fans were not prepared for this revelation, particularly after reading automated injury bulletins from the WNBA website and ESPN that implied she might play shortly. White asserts that Caitlin is actually far from prepared. Fans must now come to terms with the fact that she will be gone for a lot longer than they first thought. The confusion around her injury status has only been exacerbated by the team's inconsistent communications.
ESPN's thing is completely automated, and because ESPN's is automated, then we like the WNBA takes it from ESPN. Apparently it's a really weird thing that is like.
Despite initial anticipation, an insider report indicates that Caitlin Clark's comeback might be further off than supporters had anticipated. Reporter Scott Agnes implied in a comment that it might take her a few more weeks to return, which is noteworthy at this late point in the basketball season. This would imply that the last few games of her regular schedule might be her first game back, allowing her minimal time to return to her full form.
Everyone's kind of expecting the 22nd as a return, because they're playing, I think that they play on like the 18th and the 22nd. They have a 4-day break. I think everyone's expecting the 22nd as a return. Like several more weeks and you're into the playoffs.
The official position of the Indiana Fever has avoided specific dates and remained ambiguous. And this simply serves to increase conjecture over the extent of her injury. Although the team still considers her dubious, those with knowledge of the matter indicate that her recuperation is taking longer than anticipated. Fans are feeling misinformed due to the discrepancy between official news and insider information.
I still think if you're asking me for what the chances are that she comes back this season, I would go 80-20 that she comes back. I would be on an 80% chance she comes back, 20% chance she doesn't. Purely because I don't know the severity of the injury. Like, the Indiana Fever have literally just been lying to us. Like, they said a month ago, they said after the scans came back, that the scan, it's good when it's day to day.
According to coach Stephanie White, there isn't a specific timeline for Caitlin Clark's comeback. She disclosed that although Caitlin has made improvement in her full-court running, she has yet to return to consistent practice sessions. This indicates that the organization's daily status report does not accurately represent her current situation. Concerns that the public isn't being fully informed about her injury have been raised by the ambiguity.
There is really no timetable as to when Caitlin Clark could return. Y'all Y'all got me? There is no set time as when CC could possibly be coming back. And as of right now, the Indiana Fever is looking real spooky because they're not keeping it at 100, which means keeping the transparency with us clear as day. I'm still like, bro, it wasn't a groin injury or what, bro? Because now you got people in the media for y'all up there, Scott Agnes, who's Stephanie White's best friend, but y'all didn't know that, is saying that, you know what, it's still going to be a couple weeks.
Although supporters had anticipated a speedier return, the coach's remarks suggest a more gradual recuperation that would keep her out for a lot longer. Supporters are left in the dark by the team's lack of transparency, and this ambiguity is just heightening the tension. Caitlin is still out of commission in the interim and shows no genuine indications of getting back to her previous level.
You should want to be encouraging to the fans, bro. Like, you know, let's just give it some time. Not just it's going to be a couple weeks. Like, I don't know what's going on, but we need answers, bro. We need answers at this point because who they got next? They got the Dallas Wings tonight, I believe. They got the Wings. Caitlin's not playing tonight, y'all. I'm not even going to make a video saying that she it's official. We know she.
Fans were taken aback when Stephanie White revealed that Caitlin Clark is not even close to making a comeback. This is in stark contrast to teammates' optimism and even certain official reports. Supporters are unclear of what to believe as a result of the back and forth between hopeful suggestions and honest realities.
Stephanie White's like, no, not even close. So it's just not like there are paying fans of the team that like, and I believe people are like, oh, the fans don't deserve to do anything. Yeah, they fucking do. Or deserve to know anything. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. And I mean this, like, if it was, like, the reason why you are getting paid probably $1 million, Stephanie White, is because of the increased fan base in this team. That's a fact. The reason why the Indiana Fever is as relevant as it is because of the fans.
White's remarks dispelled rumors and demonstrated that Caitlin's recuperation is still ongoing. The head coach has made it apparent that she is not approaching a comeback, despite some people's insistence to the contrary. For many who were constantly monitoring her injury, this information felt like a significant, if disheartening, turning point. It's among the most obvious indications to date that her season might be nearing its conclusion.
You don't want to give too much information out. You don't want to go full on Lynn Dunn and go on podcasts talking about all this stuff. But at the same time, the fans are right to be pissed off about not hearing anything. I'm sorry, like, if it was Caitlin Clark's out for, we'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And 2 weeks comes, and it's, you know what, she's not right. She's day to day, and then it's, we'll see how she feels, and then it's, we have no timetable, and then suddenly it's, she's game time decision on the WNBA app. You're like the automated things.
There are increasing rumors that Caitlin Clark won't be participating in any more games during the regular season this year. Even a minor setback may keep her out of action for the remainder of the campaign, as her final scheduled game is less than a month away. That concern is only heightened by Scott Agnes' projection for a few more weeks. There is now more open discussion about the possibility of resting her completely till the playoffs are over.
The 24th, 26th? Maybe the Valkyries game. I don't know. Or it could be worst case scenario because y'all see here, it ain't very many games left. You only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 11 games left. It's only 11 games left this season. That's it. And the season is over with already. Kind of get ready for the playoffs because they're going to go to the playoffs. Is it a chance that we don't see Caitlin Clark in any more regular season games this season? Because the last game is on September the 9th, guys. That's in less than a month.
This potential is extremely upsetting for fans who have been waiting the entire season to see her return to the court. The season's conclusion feels closer than her recuperation with each game that goes by without her. Although no one desired this situation, it suddenly appears more likely.
Reported to the fans, this dude is so weird, bro.
Many think the goal is to limit Caitlin Clark's role and reduce the chance of rain injury before the playoffs by bringing her back just in time. Critics contend that this approach puts immediate profits ahead of her long-term well-being and the experience of her fans. If accurate, it would account for the ambiguous and contradictory updates we've received during the season.
And the thing about this is everybody's saying, yo, man, she's going to be back to the playoffs. I think that's a setup. I think that this team is not good enough to win the championship, yo. And when she comes back, you better believe she's going to be limited because that's what Stephanie White wants.
While the team maintains control over her narrative, fans who come to games hoping to see her are let down. This strategy has also given rise to claims that some coaching choices are made in an effort to limit her impact on the court. The ambiguity has grown to be as significant a story as the actual injury.
Stephanie White's going to throw her in the game when it's damn near over with, and then somehow, some way, she's going to throw some shade and make it seem like Clark coming back messed the offense up. Or you know how she is. She loves throwing shots at Clark, bro. That's why I be getting pissed off when Clark be smiling in her face, high-fiving her. Like, bro, she's literally ruining your brand, and you're enjoying it. Like, this is crazy, bro.
Knowing the truth has become practically difficult due to Caitlin Clark's listed condition fluctuating from day to day to out indefinitely to game time decision. Her followers experience a cycle of disappointment and optimism as each update appears to contradict the one before it. Scott Agnes' projection of a few more weeks aligns with her tendency to be hurried in reports, but delayed in actual life.
Several more weeks pretty much puts Caitlin Clark to coming back at the very end of the regular season. If you look at the Indiana Fever's schedule right now, they only have 12 games left, and there is exactly 4 weeks left in the regular season. And the craziest thing about this last groin injury with Caitlin Clark is how it's been covered. The day after she had the groin injury, she was listed as day-to-day.
While some regard this as poor management, others think it's a calculated tactic to keep opponents guessing. Whatever the cause, fans' patience is being eroded by the inconsistency. Many people are currently just waiting on Caitlin to confirm her homecoming date.
A couple weeks after that, then she was listed to being out indefinitely. Now, ESPN had August 12th as the circled return date for Caitlin Clark to get back onto the court.
There is more to the controversy than Caitlin Clark's health. It also concerns the treatment of her fans. Many thousands of people have come to Fever games just to see her, even when she isn't playing. However, Scott Agnes, a journalist with good intentions, has come under fire for disparaging sizable segments of her fan base. Many believe that this is a diversion from the true problem, which is the secrecy surrounding her condition. Insiders and the team seem to be at odds with one another rather than cooperating to inform fans. For many of her fans, this dynamic has made an already upsetting circumstance feel personal.
People are like, oh, I'm one of the fans he's talking about. I couldn't give a damn if he's branding me as one of them. I'm talking about the tens of thousands of people that show up to her games even when she's not there just to catch a glimpse of her. The thousands of people that went to watch her play golf. Branding those fans as basically the scum of the earth and a negative to the team is bullshit. It's absolute bullshit, and that's what I'm complaining about. If Scott Agnes wants to call me whatever the hell he wants, I don't care.
It's looking increasingly likely that Caitlin Clark won't play in any more games during the regular season this year. Fans are starting to acknowledge that she may be sidelined until the postseason or longer due to her injury, as there are just 11 games left in the playoffs. For many who have been waiting weeks for her return, this would be a devastating blow.
You only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's only 11 games left. It's only 11 games left this season. That's it. And the season is over with already. Kind of get ready for the playoffs because they're going to go to the playoffs. Is it a chance that we don't see Caitlin Clark in any more regular season games this season?
Even worse, even if she does return, there's no assurance that she'll be fully recovered. There are a lot of discussions on social media on whether jeopardizing her health for a playoff run is worthwhile. Due to the uncertainty, the league's injury reports and the team's plan are being closely examined.
This season, because the last game is on September the 9th, guys. That's in less than a month. The last regular season game is less than a month away. Is it possible they sit Caitlin Clark the rest of the season? Got people in the media not being supportive to the fans. Just dude is so weird, bro.
She won't be returning anytime soon. She is finished if it takes longer than a few weeks. Could Caitlin Clark be benched for the remainder of the season? You must speak up and say something, Caitlin Clark. A few more weeks.
She's nowhere close to being back.
She's nowhere close to being back. She is nowhere close to being back. Apparently, at least several more means if it's more than several weeks, she's done.
Is it a chance that we don't see Caitlin Clark in any more regular season games this season? Because the last game is on September the 9th, guys. That's in less than a month.
Caitlin Clark, you need to come out and say something. What's going on?
They said day to day, but this thing over here is talking about at least a couple more weeks.
Patience, at least several more weeks.
She will return at the very end of the season, which is a few more weeks away. That is the most recent information regarding Caitlin Clark's startling injury report. Don't miss the next action.